Listen closely. There should not be a difference, but there is. Now, how does that happen? Okay. By me just going up or down. Now, understand what I mean about this. When you get in a car, when you get in a boat, okay, I've never known any theme music to happen. But when you get in an aircraft, it comes on. When you land, it goes away. But let me explain. This sound right here should happen regardless of the fact that I'm doing something different or not. If the sound, okay, within the game's ethic of giving us a theme music is the same, if it's the same, then I should get the exact same sound when I'm dead, okay, in an aircraft. Because this is part of the music volume and not the sound effects volume. The sound effects volume is all the way down, meaning that the music, okay, that we hear on the third aspect of the star that gives us this rock music is the same principle, okay? It runs on the same track as the theme music for the aircrafts. So understand the difference. Now I'm in a Maverick helicopter and I'm just gonna fucking kill myself. Now you hear that the music, okay, is playing. Now understand, I should get the same wasted sound, but I don't.
Yeah, what's good? It's your boy Whispy Woodz. In this video, you guys are going to take a third look at the Karma sound. Now, if you've been watching thus far, you've understood a few solid things. The fact that there is a special rock music that happens after the third star, a possible trigger into bad karma. You also have to this point understood that there is another music, okay, tied to the aerial crafts within the game, okay, that for some reason could still be a clue tied to why we need to pay attention to the top-down perspective of the game, okay, because understand, this music only comes on when you're actually above, okay, it doesn't happen when you get inside of an aircraft until you're actually in the air. Now, I will bring numerous evidences within this episode as to why these sounds are tied to not only missions, but they're tied into aspects of tasks and or things, okay, that we possibly need to be paying attention to, and how a task and or a mission is no different than the sequence of things that we need to figure out in order to solve the mystery. Now, one thing throughout this mystery that I have always brought up in pretty much every single video, you guys, has been the aspect of water, okay? And honest to God, I will never get tired of saying it, because the fact of the matter here is that we will be bringing more proof to it today as to why water is very relevant. Now, I want you to pay attention to my gameplay here. We're going to do something very simple, okay? First, we're going to prove that the settings are the exact same, okay? So understand. Okay, so I'm not faking this, and yes, my volume is up on my television, but the fact of the matter is that I have my music volume all the way up. Now understand, the music that I will be showing you today, okay, is tied to an aspect of being underwater, but only in an aspect of a peach or a submarine, something very relevant within this mystery that I've brought up numerous times, but we need to understand it even more. Now, pay attention to the fact that there is no music as I'm actually above the water, okay? But listen, as I actually get deeper underwater.
because things will start to change. Okay, so I'm going to stop it there. I want you to understand, once again, this is music, okay, tied to an aspect of being underwater. And I literally have brought this up in almost every single one of my videos, you guys. So if anything, this is more implication to why not only the music is relevant within this game and why it relates to clues, but why we needed to pay attention to certain aspects of being underwater. Okay? And if it wasn't for looking at a spaceship, it was for aspects of the truth and why blue, okay, needs to be paid attention to, and aspects of the deep or even underwater monsters. But that will be coming in a later video. So for now, we will be paying attention to the sound, okay, and why sounds are giving us a big leeway as to understand which sound, okay, is more significant than the other, and also why these sounds actually trigger and why they're tied to the mystery. We've already known planes to be tied to this mystery, whether it be helicopters or the eye of a bird, okay? Now, we are understanding certain aspects of a kraken or even a peach being tied to the sea, or even it going up and becoming like a boat, okay, or even an apple flying upwards with gravity. We need to understand these metaphors because the fact of the matter is that the music in the game has been pointing towards them all along, and it's very interesting because these sounds are proving that wasted sound from 2 episodes ago, you guys, is actually significant, not just because of the fact that we're wasted, but it's significant to show us that this music, okay, that we know to be the karma sound, reacts something different within the game. Now, in my last episode, I proved that there is a difference between dying in an aspect of karma and that rock music than dying in the aerial aspect of dying and with that aerial music. There's a difference. So why would there be a difference? Now today, we will be understanding furthermore difference. Understand what I mean? Here, now, as you hear, the music is very fluent, but we're gonna do something very simple here, and we're just gonna fucking kill ourselves and prove a point that the wasted sound that we get when we die of bad karma is different. Zero sound. Now, for those of you who question the legitimacy of this test, I need you to understand what I mean by this, okay? This sound, once again, is the only time you can hear the wasted sound do that. It's the only time. Now understand, why would that, okay, trigger from dying when you're hearing something that is tied to being bad in a game where we know that there is bad karma? Now understand what I mean. Other music in the game is ran on the same track as this karma music, okay? But the fact of the matter here is the fact that other music that actually triggers in the same sort of way, but understand, we can tell the difference between normal music in the game implying something or trigger music like the karma rock sound. Okay, so what we're doing here is something very simple. Once again, we're going to join or just start a regular mission, just, any normal one. Now, the point here, okay, of this test is the fact that we need to understand one simple fact. The game implies music, okay, when there are things to be done, okay? This is a fact through the fact of mission music. Now, I want you to understand exactly what I mean. Listen closely. All I did was start a mission. And there's a theme behind it. Okay? Now I want you to understand exactly what I mean by this, because this sound can be implied, okay? It's not the same as the karma sound, but we need to understand that this is a music tied to an aspect of the game telling us that we need to do something. Do you understand that missions, okay, are a sequence of tasks? So understanding that they give us music during this time can give us clues as to why music is tied to this karma sound, and why I've been trying to explain this to you guys for a while now, and that obviously it will always tie down to aspects of perception. And if you don't hear and segregate certain things, like turning off one aspect of sound to hear the other aspects, we don't get the order. Now once again, I'm going to do something very simple, and I'm just gonna fucking kill myself. And we're going to understand the truth that karma sound from dying is something different. Once again, understand what I mean. Dead with no sound, you guys. Understand what I mean, because once again, this is deeper. It's very deep. And just for naysayers, we're going to do something even simpler than drowning ourselves, just in case you think it's the water. The music starts again, and it goes away, and no sound. So understand what I mean, you guys. When music is implied to run on the same track, okay, the same track as this karma sound, we just proved that this wasted sound literally shows that the karma music is different than the other music in the game, and it triggers. Now pay attention to the next thing, because we're going to bring more further proof to why this sound is very different. This is the sound turned all the way up, and we get 1 star. And we get the normal sound that we get for wasted, that we get for the normal sound for busted. Now understand why they are on the same track, okay? And that's why we can tell that there is a difference. And it's no different than when we're being busted, you guys. It's no different. Even when we knock these sound effects down, okay, the busted sound will change from a noise, okay, to no noise at all. Meaning the music track runs on the same thing, okay, and in vice versa. We need to understand that, once again, this aspect of dying, okay, within the bad karma gives you that sound, and there's no other function in the game that does in that order. So as you see, I have 1 star. And he busted me. no noise. Okay. Now even understand when we are going to do something when it comes to bad karma. Oh wow. You hear that? And the cool part is, all I did was do a rage punch, and we're instantly too far. So I guess fucking the cops is pretty easy when it comes down to Trevor, isn't it? Now, once again, understand the difference from when Trevor dies on a good aspect of not doing anything, or on a bad aspect of karma. Either way, we need to understand that sound just proved that that noise and that rock music is different than all of the other music in the game. And it triggers. Even when I have 1 star, you guys, I want you to understand, the cops will not kill you, okay? They will not kill you. Until you do something like point your gun at them, they will give you 2 stars, which is an implication, once again, to crime. 1 star is a warning, which is why you have an opportunity to be busted, okay? Now understand, I'm going to force myself to die with 1 star just so we can prove that the stars are channeled through this aspect of noise. Now understand what I mean. I have my sound effects down for all of this, so understand. The music is the only thing playing. And no noise when I'm wasted. Now, understand what I mean by that, okay? If our karma system is once again tied to the stars, that meaning 1 star is a warning, and that 2 stars is crime, we need to understand once again that 1 star, okay, is just an aspect of being wanted, okay, as a warning. Now, if we do something like a crime, like point a gun at a cop, we get 2 stars. No noise. Now let's see what happens when we're wasted. No sound when we're wasted. Or on a bad aspect of karma. Either way, we need to understand that sound just proved that that noise and that rock music is different. Spread the truth.